Okay, so this is my dive boat. This is a 1988 Seahawk 245. Uh, it's got a nice bracket on the back. 250 is my main engine. I got a little 5 horsepower or 6, whatever it is, for my little kicker motor, just in case I run out of gas, or even worse. When you get these things packed with diving equipment, like it's a lot if you're doing commercial stuff. So you can see right there, I got my little air compressor, 2 bottles of air right there, umbilical, bailout, chairs for anyone who wants to hang out and sit. I'm letting everything dry out right now. Inside of my box got wet. But these are the regulators that go onto your big bottles right there. Those hold like 2,500 PSI or so. And you take it down to like $1.50 for when you're putting it to the hat. I also do scuba stuff too. So here's a bunch of scuba regulators that I have. You never know. Sometimes it's easier just to hop into some scuba and do what you gotta do. So here's this little compressor right here. It's just a standard air compressor. I hooked it up with diving hoses, just because they're a little bit bigger, like 3/8 diameter hoses inside. They'll flow a little bit more than your 1/4" lines will. Has oil-filled compressor, but so you got to switch that stuff over to a certain type of breathing oil that's made for compressors that make breathing air. Yeah, anyway, there's a bailout. It's a little 30 cubic foot bailout here, old harness that I've had for a while. It's my umbilical. If you go inside here, she's a crusty old boat, man. I've done a lot to this thing. Let's show you what I got here first. So there's my helmet. This is a manifold. This is kind of like my preliminary. I just wanted to see if I liked the way it fit. So I don't even think that's going to be how I keep it, but it's just, that's how it's set up for right now. And even if I do keep it in this manner, I'll end up making it out of aluminum more than likely. It'll compress it a little bit, make it a little bit more like streamlined, I guess. So whenever I do stuff, I like all my hoses to be run like real nice and kind of organized. So I try to hide them by like running them behind, that kind of stuff, and then run them through the hole there. A lot of sometimes on dive boats, you'll see people just like run them through the windows. It looks stupid. So then I took it, I ran my one hose up here, just anchored it all into the ceiling, and then down behind the seat, and that hose comes out right up here and to the back. Schuylkill River Mermaid. That's from my buddy Ted. Thanks, Ted. My little window full of stickers that I got. There's a special one right there. Getting to hang out at the Key Bridge when they were cleaning that up. That was a lot of fun. Cool project to be a part of. So in my radio, this is a dive radio here. So when they're divers in the water, I got power wires for external power right here. They run up to the radio, and then you hook your umbilical in here as well, which I also have. I lengthened those so everything just right up there. You just throw it right on the radio, and you can just talk to your diver. Bam. Hey, what's up? I'm gonna go. There's all the controls, all super old stuff. The only thing new in here is that guy. Paid a bunch for that. Got a nice transducer for it. Yeah. So this boat, when I got it, the transom was totally rotted out. The stringers were totally gone. The deck was trash. So I ended up ripping the engine bracket off. I had the engine tied to that tree back there for a couple months, and this whole thing was emptied out. I put like 20 gallons of polyester resin, and I don't know how many yards of fabric in there, and put it all back together. A bunch of marine grade plywood, that kind of stuff. Still not done. I was finished that up in like June or something, and I just got sick of fucking with it. So once it cools down, probably this fall, I want to do some more stuff to it. I want to finish up the back end and then do some stuff on the inside as well, because there's a lot of bad just old fiberglass in there. But yeah, so that's kind of the basics of my dive boat. This is what I'm starting with. I bought this thing for 2,000 bucks. Engine hadn't been running 10 years, but did work. And yeah, so I put a lot of work into it. I probably got about 5,000 bucks total into this thing. And it's a good running boat. I think it's probably worth a little more than that at this point, which is hard to believe just with the way it looks, but pretty sure it is. Yeah, so that's what I got. I'll take you through what I do to it later. Thanks.